best.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. It's Lavender here, and today I am doing another The Animal Science Files. Today I am doing the Spinosaurus, facts and information about them. So let's get started into this video. Spinosaurus was a stork-like dinosaur that lived in North Africa 100 million years ago, fed by snatching fish from the shoreline like storks do today. Spinosaurus was one of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs, reaching up to 49 feet in length. It lived in the late Cretaceous era period, 99 to 93.5 million years ago, and lived in what is now northern Africa. It was first discovered by paleontologists in 1915. The ecology and biology of the massive carnivorous beast has puzzled researchers and scientists for decades. Previous theories suggested they actively hunted prey by swimming in the sea like crocodiles, but British and American researchers and scientists now believe it was more stork or heron-like rather than crocodile-like in their feeding behavior. It would have remained mainly on the shoreline eating fish and small land prey, kind of like birds do nowadays, because most of the dinosaurs we see are birds. Giant carnivorous dinosaur Spinosaurus snatched fish from the shoreline while also hunting for small prey on land as well, according to a new scientific study into its behavior. Previous theories on Spinosaurus, since the dinosaurs aren't around anymore, suggested that the 49-feet beast lived 100 million years ago, was a largely aquatic predator that hunted and used its long tail to swim in pursuit of fish in the water, kind of like caimans do, according to some studies suggesting it was more actively chasing fish in water. He said, but while they could swim, they would have not been fast or efficient enough to do this effectively. Suggesting that they weren't really that much of aquatic creatures. They're more like a stork on land that are hunting and walking in the water for, catching food. The findings suggest that the wading idea is much more supported factually. Spinosaurus is a weird dinosaur to investigate, knowing that it died millions of years ago, and you can't study its behavior now, as in because there's not a live animal to, get facts from. Trying to understand its ecology will always be difficult. Spinosaurus was already shown to be a less efficient swimmer than a crocodile, but also has fewer tail muscles than a crocodile, and due to its huge size, even bigger than a crocodile, it would have a lot more drag in the water. So they don't think that it would be fast like a caiman, that it's more like a bird on land that's hunting in the water type of vibe. Thoughts on its feeding behaviors vary, with some studies suggesting it was an active aquatic predator chasing fish in the sea. Other studies claim it was heron-like, on the shoreline feeder, grabbing fish and small land prey without venturing out to sea to actively pursue fish. I agree with the bird one. I feel like that makes more sense because it just makes more sense, honestly. It's a huge fucking bird. I mean, that much weight, you can't really, go fast like a caiman. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. One of the first specimens was destroyed in World War II, so specifically during the night of 25 April 1944, in a British bombing raid that severely damaged the housing building, the Paleontologist Museum, the Bayervan State Collection of Paleontology. However, the detailed drawings and description of the specimen remain to this day. They're still there. Since its discovery, Spinosaurus has been a contender for the longest and largest theropod dinosaur. At 49 feet in length and upwards to 6 metric tons in weight, it's even bigger than a T-Rex. The skull had a narrow snout filled with straight colonial teeth that lacked serrations. The very tip of the snout holding these few large front teeth was expanded, and a small crest was present in the front of its eyes. Spinosaurus would have had a long, muscular neck, kind of like a heron or a bird. Its shoulders were predominant, and the forelimbs large and stocky, bearing 3 clawed digits on each hand. The first finger, or thumb as it's called, would have been the longest and largest. Very tall, neutral spines growing on the back vertebrae of Spinosaurus formed the basis of what is usually called the animal's sail. The lengths of the neutral spines reached over 10 times the diameters of the intravertebrate bodies from which they extended from. The neutral spines were slightly longer from front to back at the base than higher up and were unlike the thin rod. Spinosaurus had a significantly smaller pelvis, hip bone, than that of other giant theropods that were around the same time period. A deep and a narrow tail with a paddle or fin-like shape. Again, its diet is pretty much fish, along with other land mammals, that it can get its hands on, its teeth on, although it undoubtedly scavenged just like T-Rex, and it took many kinds of small or medium-sized prey, obviously. And so yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. All my credit and sources will be in the description down below. Bye guys, see you next video.